John Copeland, I hope your day is well, sir. Welcome into the game in T-Town.
Ryan, thanks for having me.
Man, it's excited to be able to talk with you and kind of pepper you with some questions. But how did spring practice go? Let's start there with Tuscaloosa Academy, as you are now the head football coach there at TA.
Oh, it was good. We got better each day. The numbers are down a little bit, but the kids was learning. I tried to make it. I tried to make it really fun for the guys. You know, we did a lot of competitive type drills and put them in competitive type situation, and it was fun.
John, what is it like when you make that transition? Because you've been a long time assistant head coach, and you're storing up notes, and you get a chance to finally take that reins as a head coach. What's that transition been like?
Busy, extremely busy.
Sure.
You know, I'm used to just being on the football side of it, and my job as an assistant coach was strictly football. Well, being a head coach, now you have to deal with all of the other logistics part that goes along with football, the parents, the spirit packs, making sure grade and dress code, and making sure behavior issues are taken care of. And it's never ending. And I'm not complaining. I mean, I love it. I love that.
John, when you look back, and I'm curious, do you spend a lot of time reflecting on your high school coach, the guy that made a difference in your career and helped you on that launching pad to end up at the University of Alabama in the National Football League? Do you spend a lot of time reflecting on those difference makers in high school football?
There's no question about that. You know, I was very fortunate throughout my career to have some really, really good coaches, not only head coaches, but also position coaches. And I think about that every day, Ryan, that I've gotten the position, you know, and when sometimes a situation comes up, I think back, what would Coach White do in this situation? You know, and I find myself doing that a lot more now.
All right, John, we're a huge fan of Coach Stallings. Give me your best memory of Coach Stallings, the one that you love to share with maybe your former teammates or just friends as you reflect on the legendary coach.
I guess there's so many, Ryan. I think all of us just have so many that it's hard to just pick out one. There was a couple of stories that with me and Coach Stallings that I'd rather not say on the radio.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there was some times, you know, I had a couple of run-ins with Coach, and it wasn't pleasant for me, but it was definitely a learning experience. And I've reached out to Coach when I applied for this head coaching job. I reached out to Coach and asked if he could call and put in a good word for me. And the excitement in his voice and him really willing and wanting to do this for me. And when I got the job, I had a chance to see him over at Rise. And the first thing he asked me when I saw him was, "Did you get the job?" First thing came out of his mouth.
Well, and you look at all those 92 guys, and I don't know how many's doing it, but look at the guys. You know, leadership rolls downhill. When you learn from great leaders, you pick up on those skills. Look how many of you guys out of the 92 team are coaching. I mean, there's a ton of guys that are coaching.
Yes. You know, I had no plan to go into coaching. Once I retired from the NFL, I was going to try to find me something else to do and just get totally away from football. I got home. I was at home maybe a couple of months, and a friend of mine who used to coach his kid Pee Wee team couldn't do it that year because he was his job. He had to work, and he asked me if I would do it. And you know, I reluctantly agreed, and I got out there, and my team had never won a football game before. So I said, "Okay, line up, everybody. Going to get in a 3-point stance." The kid looked at me and said, "Coach, what is that?" I was like, "Okay, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble." But Ryan, I fell in love with the achievement I saw these young kids make. And if you're a coach and you don't fall in love, it's not about the X's and O's. It's not about the wins and losses. It's about the game, the achievement, the confidence, the growth of your guys. That's why you do the job. And we went from winning 0 games to winning the championship that year. And as a high school coach, I have guys coming back to me from my 12 years at Tuscaloosa Academy, thanking me for pushing them the way that I did, for believing in them the way I did, and just for being a good coach to them. When, you know, nobody else believes in them, you always got your coach there, and your coach is always going to believe in you if he's doing his job.
John, I want you to put the coach's hat there, and we'll certainly talk about that with Tuscaloosa Academy. He's the head coach there. Let's put the Crimson cover and the NFL hat on just for a minute. I want you to look at Quinnen Williams and talk about the transition that he will make now and the expectations that with it comes with being a first-rounder. How do you see that transition for Quinnen Williams going to the next level?
He don't have any downtime. He's the first guy taken for that team. So they're going to expect him to hit the ground running. You don't get a grace period. When you're drafted that high, you got to come in and you got to produce immediately. My advice to him would be, do what you came there to do. Stay away from the lifestyle. The lifestyle is what tends to get us in trouble. Focus on the job at hand. You're going to have plenty of time for the lifestyle. Focus on the reason you're there, and the kid, this guy's his.
But, John, how hard is that to do? I mean, you were the 5th pick in the 1993 first-round NFL draft. How hard is that to do, though?
You know what makes that transition a lot easier is if you have veterans in place. If you have veteran guys on that football team that have been there for a while, have done that, have been in the league for a while, they can steer you on the right path. The trouble is you get into some of these organizations and they don't have good veterans. They don't have guys that have went down the rough road and can show your needs a way to do things. That's when the trouble starts.
John, let's look at Alabama when we look at 100 days away from Alabama. And we've tried to focus on the defensive side of the football, but offensively, it's kind of hard to say because we've been known since 1960s about Alabama defense and, had 6 shutouts in 61. We lead into 78, 79 was great historic seasons, 92, 2009, 2011. But in the last couple of years, we've kind of seen it flip a little bit where there's maybe more responsibility in the offense. Is that just the direction of college football? Or?
I don't want to hear that bull crap. Don't you start that crap, Ryan. don't start that.
Hey, you should have heard what Coach Stallings told me the other day when I said that. He jumped down me. Oh, yeah, man. He jumped down my throat. I mean, I was like, he said, it sounds good, but it's not true.
It's not, and it's not true. I mean, you're going to have some season where the offense is really good, and I wouldn't say carry the defense because I don't think Alabama offense carried the defense. We still had a good defense, but you're going to have an offense come along where they got some dynamic football players on the other side of the football. But if you want to win some championships, you better have a really good defense.
100%. What does Raekwon Davis need to do to get back to being that dominant player? Not that, I mean, he was just got a lot of attention last year, but something you see, what does the adjustment need to make? I mean, put that coach's hat back on for a minute. Raekwon Davis, we all know the potential. What does he need to do to kind of get back in sync and become that dominant player that we kind of thought he was going to be last year?
He got to get hungry again. Going into the last season, all the media was just feeding him how good he was. Everywhere he went around town, they were just feeding his ego. How good is he going to be? How good is you? Great, you're outstanding. And he started eating too much. He was eating too much of that. He lost the hunger. If you don't have the hunger, especially in the trenches, you have to go out there every single day, every snap, every rep, thinking this might be my last meal. This might be the last opportunity I get to show them anything. You have to stay hungry. Once you're not hungry anymore, then the desire leaves, that fire leaves. And you cannot play this game without that fire.
You think that happened a little bit to Alabama, maybe in Santa Clara?
Maybe.
I mean,
and I'm a firm believer, Ryan. And once you in anything, any sport industry you want to talk about, if you're the best for a period of time, if you're the best, eventually you're going to get some people in there that haven't worked to be the best. They just feel like because that work has been done, they are entitled to be the best. And then you're going to have a downfall. Once you have that downfall, you get some more people back in here, and now they got a chip on their shoulder. Now they're hungry and they're striving to be the best again.
And you think about, sometimes we overlook that, but that's part of the Nick Saban job that is so difficult to be able to take a 5-star or a group of 5 stars or 85 stars or whatever it is, and to be able to get these guys to be hungry every single week. Because you start beating teams listen, we're all humans, man. You beat somebody 65-7, you starting feeling a little entitled. I know I would.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, not only as coaches, but as players also. I mean, you get a sense of accomplishment about yourself that you really don't deserve. You had some success, but that success don't mean that next time you're out there you're going to be successful. You have to keep putting in that work, and that's the thing about the '92 team. We worked because we didn't believe we were supposed to be there, so we kept working. We didn't think we were supposed to be there, so we kept working.
All right. So on the flip side of that, because Clemson is now the hunted rather than the hunt, does those roles flip a little bit for Alabama, and you kind of become the guy that's looking after? I mean, Alabama's always going to be the lead dog. I get that, but you're not the number one team in these preseason publications that don't really mean anything. But Clemson's going to be getting a lot of hype between now and August 31st.
Well, if I know Nick Saban and I know football players, Clemson is not penciled in on Alabama's schedule. But I guarantee you go out throughout their locker room, I guarantee you the word Clemson is in that locker room numerous times. I guarantee you, as our athletes are walking around that complex, they are hearing the word Clemson a lot as they walk through that building. They want Clemson. They want payback. They may not admit it out in the public, but that's the one game they want to play again.
Well, I mean, it flips back to New Orleans, Alabama, whenever they took Clemson down, 24-6. Clemson had to sit there and live with that for 365 days.
Yeah, and you see what happens.
Sure.
I mean, hey, motivation, if you're motivated to do something, like truly motivated deep down inside of you, if you're built about anything and you get your butt whooped like that, and you're not motivated to get back in that same arena or that same position against that same team, then you shouldn't be playing this game of football. You just should not.
John Copeland, you guys have so much fun on Crimson Cover. I don't know, I've told you this a couple of times, man, but it comes out, man. You guys go in there and just have a blast, don't you?
I have a ball. But see, it's easy for me to have a ball, right? Because some other two guys don't know what they're talking about.
You don't think they do?
Jason Mike don't have a clue about football, but they think they do, and that's why it's fun to me because I know I'm always right.
Well, and listen, I'm probably in the group with Chase and Mike. I'm probably in the group with Chase and Mike, man. I've never suited up for the Alabama Crimson Tide, so I'd be on the short end of the stick too.
I was joking. That's just kind of how the TV show is. I'm the big mouth. I'm the big mouth on the show, so I always get under them guys' skin all the time.
Well, it's fun. It's fun. And this is something my boss is downstairs listening. I'd love to see, because he's a different boss than what you guys. I mean, they used to work here at 99.1, and then we made the transition. So we need to get you guys back on Saturday morning, man. I mean, that was so much fun to listen to you guys, and man, y'all had a blast. I mean, the 30 minutes of TV is just not enough, man.
Yes, I agree. I would love to come back. I talk to Mike and Chase all the time about about getting back on radio. I love radio.
Oh, it was.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, the personality came through. I mean, it was fun, and I know it was early Saturday morning, but man, you and Mike and Chase and you guys. I mean, he's trying to be the referee to facilitate the conversation. You guys are battling, and it's a lot of fun with Mike Parker and Chase Goodbread. John.
Hey, Ryan, but look at you, man. I mean, you was there with us, but now look at you.
I mean, I'm still here, man.
But you look at the success, my brother. I'm proud of you, man.
Well, listen, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, can you believe we because you guys were the first sports show on 99.1.
Yes, we were.
And so then we made a transition from the AM.
That'll tell you exactly how bad they was doing at that time. Huh?
Oh, come on. But hey, I'm gonna tell my boss downstairs. I mean, they got to get in touch with you guys, man, because that was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of great Saturday mornings that we would spend listening to you guys with Chase Goodbread, Mike Parker, and John Copeland. Hey, man, listen, I don't know a lot about Tuscaloosa Academy. But I'm going to be rooting for you and
no, you got to come to a game, Ryan. You just can't root from the radio seat. You got to come see us. Come see the product we put on the field. I think you'll be happy.
No, I mean, hey, listen, I have a vested interest, man. So I'm rooting for you, and so I will make it out. I'll make a promise right here. I will make it out this year. And
okay,
you guys are all traditional winners, man. You guys win a lot of games over at TA. I mean, y'all been like that. I know you've been a part of this success. So
yeah, we have for a long time.
John, thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great afternoon.
Thank you.